So, what Perseverance will do after it lands? Perseverance has four main goals to achieve. Number 1. Determine whether life ever existed on Mars. NASA's new Perseverance rover lands at Jezero crater. Jezero crater formed billions of years ago and water filled it to form a deep lake about the same size as Lake Tahoe. The crater formed when a large object collided with Mars excavating. Rocks from deep in the Martian crushed, exposing them in the rim. These rocks would have been hot shortly after the impact and may have hosted hot springs. These deposits from these springs can provide us with evidence of ancient life on Mars. Number 2. Understand the climate of Mars. A better understanding of Mars' current climate will help scientists more effectively model its past climate behavior. To do that, we will need detailed weather maps of the planet and information about how much dust and water vapor are in the Martian atmosphere. Monitoring the planet for this information over one full Martian year will help us understand how Mars behaves over its seasonal cycle and guide us towards understanding how the planet changes over millions of years. The layered terrain of the Martian polar regions also hold clues about the planet's past. Much like the rings of a tree provide a record of its history. When and how were these polar layers deposited? Was the climate of Mars ever like that of Earth? And if so, what happened in the past to change the planet into the dry, cold, barren desert it is today? Perseverance will find answer to these questions. Number 3. Understand the geology of Mars. Once, Mars had a planetary magnetic field, much similar to Earth. So, what caused its deterioration? As a part of the Mars exploration program, scientists want to understand how the relative roles of wind, water, volcanism, tectonics, and other processes have acted to form and modify the Martian surface. For example, Mars is home to incredibly large volcanoes, which can be 10 to 100 times larger than those on Earth. One reason for this difference is that the crust on Mars doesn't move the way it does on Earth. That means the total volume of lava piles up into one very large volcano. The largest volcano of our solar system is also on Mars, the Olympus Mount, which is about 2.5 times Mount Everest's height. So, according to science, Martian rocks can tell us about the planet's history and its potential for harboring life. This is another exciting addition to Perseverance, something that has never been done before. A sample collection and chasing system have been added to the rover's capabilities. Perseverance will collect at least 20 pencil-sized cores, drill from Martian rocks, seal them in tubes and store them. NASA is confident that later missions will be able to retrieve those samples and return them to Earth for analysis. One possibility is that a small rover can retrieve the cached samples and a rocket can propel them into Mars orbit. They would then be transferred to an orbiter that could return the samples to Earth. Number 4. Prepare for the human exploration of Mars. Perseverance is equipped with multiple new instruments. A brand new instrument called MOXIE is entirely different than any other instrument on past rovers. Scientists are hoping to demonstrate that we can change CO2 into oxygen. MOXIE's goal is to demonstrate that it can also make oxygen to fuel rockets so that future Mars explorers can return home to Earth. The Perseverance rover helps prepare for future human exploration of Mars by testing this new technology for extracting oxygen from the Martian atmosphere, which is 96% carbon dioxide. This new technology helps mission planners test ways of using Mars' natural resources to support human explorers and improve designs for life support, transportation, and other important systems for living and working on Mars. One of the coolest pieces of technology carried on the Perseverance rover is the Mars helicopter. According to the laws of physics, it is nearly impossible to fly a heavier than air vehicle on Mars with its thin atmosphere. However, NASA's engineering team is made to make impossible into possible. Going with that aim, engineers theorize that if a helicopter is light enough and the blades spin fast enough, it should fly. The next video gives a lot of details on the Mars copter Ingenuity.